Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go live as long as my Wi-Fi has been acting really really bad today. So if I'm really unlucky, Wi-Fi goes out in a half an hour. If I'm, I mean, if I'm really unlucky, Wi-Fi goes out in half an hour. If I'm kind of unlucky, Wi-Fi goes out in an hour. If I'm sort of lucky, Wi-Fi might last a couple hours. By some miracle, if the Wi-Fi lasts for more than 2 hours, so let it be, so be it. But I'm just gonna go live until my Wi-Fi goes out because the all day the Wi-Fi has not been doing. Why I have not had good luck with my Wi-Fi today, which is why it took me so long to finally see the next half, the second half of Squid Game challenge, which I don't know why I'm still watching after you saw my first video, where my little tirade, where tangent, where I kind of talked about how they did play the Mingo game and it seemed kind of rigged and scripted, and it turns out it was. After doing more doing more investigating, it was all kind of staged to where they were leading up to the marble game. And so, how I thought they were going to do it was how I presumed Netflix was going to do it was how they did season one. Uh, they did episodes 1 through 4. Then the next week they did episodes 5 through 8, and then next Tuesday we're going to get the finale and we'll find out who wins, because that's how it was with season one. So it only makes sense that they're going to do that for season two. And so in this video, if you likewise with the first video, I'm gonna give you guys my recap, review, criticism, uncensored. If I'm gonna no filter, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want. I'm gonna say what all you guys are fucking thinking. Just no holds bar review on Squid Games, the challenge, season two, from someone that saw season one. So I'm coming into this, uh, you know, I'm not coming into this blind. I saw season one, so I know how everything went. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my recap and my review. And after I give you my recap and my review, we're going to check out Reddit and social media to see what they have to say and see if everybody else is thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. And so we'll get everything started. Okay, so first of all, let's go. We're going to continue where we last left off, and they were all playing the Mingo game, which I argue is probably one of the worst like Squid Game challenges they had, because that game, if God help you, if you were like a elderly senior citizen, uh, I kept joking that the older mama san lady that won season one, if her ass would not have survived Mingo, she would have got fucked to the up. She would have had to have gone to the emergency room after that. She would have had, if she was lucky, a broken hip and like maybe a broken arm, but if not worse. So yeah, Mingo, that game was really really brutal, and the way they edited it was kind of like a G-rated Disney version to how it like happened actually, from people that were the contestants that said there was actually like blood on the floor and shit, like ears being ripped off and extensions being ripped off, and it was like a lot more Mortal Kombat brutal than what Netflix edited out to be and showed it, how they showed it out to be. And yeah, so they all played Mingle, and then it was getting out of hand. And so what happened in real life? This is what happened in real life. So we're recapping before I get into the season, second half episodes. We're recapping what happened when we last left off. So what happened in real life? They were all playing Mingle, and they were just they were just roughhousing. It was just getting a little bit. It was getting tough enough. It was getting a little bit out of hand. And so the contestants were like, we're gonna do another round. Like, what is this? They're being a little bit bitchy, and I guess the producers are like, yeah, you're right. We don't want a lawsuit on our hands, so let's end this. But so yeah, so half of what happened is true, half isn't. All that, let's hold hands. We're not gonna play anymore. We're gonna like have a mutiny. We're gonna rebel. None of us going into any rooms acting like Netflix wouldn't eliminate all of y'all, knowing that damn well they would. But yeah, yeah. So what happened in real life was it was getting out of hand. People were getting hurt. A lot of people were being eliminated because they got hurt. they got like physically harmed to where they couldn't get into a room because they just got their legs split open. So that's really what happened in real life. So with that Mingle game, it was real rough and it was real. I wouldn't be surprised if lawsuits weren't already filed, and Netflix, uh, all the contestants' lawyers are looking over that contract, trying to see it, find a loophole, because you know that they signed everything to where they can't sue. Like if we pick you for a contestant, you can't sue. So if you die, that's it. Like you can't sue, you can't do shit. And so, but of course, their lawyers are going to try to find a loophole. If you get a really good lawyer, they will. But so yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix has some lawsuits over that Mingo game, like they had lawsuits over the red light green light game, which we're going to get to red light green light later, because that may or may not be in the equation. But anyways, so so where we last left off, so what happened in real life was that they was getting out of hand and people were getting hurt, and they were like, you know what, we're just should we continue doing this, like, this, I know it's a game show, but like where it's a competition, only one can win, but should we keep doing this? And then the producers were kind of like in agreement, yeah, we should stop, let's move on to something else, let's do something else, let's do the marble game, like there's an even number, let's do marbles, because nobody gets hurt in marbles. They just throw marbles on the damn sand. That's they're impossible for somebody to get hurt like during that, unless they died by natural causes. They die, they get a heart attack. Well, that had nothing to do with the damn game. But uh, so and then, but how they edited it and put it in the episode when it was all very cheesy and corny was, oh, we're not going to play anymore. We're going to quit. Nobody going any more rooms. We're going to hold hands and we're all going to not play the game anymore. No, so yeah, so it was that actually happened. They did, believe it or not, actually did like start to like bitch and complain and kind of like be defiant and like, no, we're not doing this anymore. But it wasn't as cheesy and corny and set up like that. That was all like in post production where they did all that fucking stupid ass reality show shit where it made it seem like they just made it cornier. I wish they would have just left it like how it was, like just raw and unedited, to where it would be a little bit more believable. But whatever. So yeah. So now we're picking up from where we left off, and we're playing marbles, which this isn't surprising because we saw marbles being played in season one, and the way they did the marbles in season one was very, very good and very surprising. They just said, oh, we're going to have a picnic for you guys, pick your best friend, like, take a break, have a picnic. And it was also more exciting. I think there was more people in the game when they did marbles in season one too. I think there was like maybe like 70 something people when they did marbles in season one. This season is just like 40 people left, like 38 people left. Like it wasn't that many, uh, but the way season one did the build up to marbles was a lot more exciting and a lot more fun. This time around it wasn't as exciting. Oh, you're playing marbles, like it's just that. Like you guys are all paired up. You guys didn't want to play the Mingo game anymore, so we're just playing marbles. You guys are paired up. We're gonna play marbles, and so we're playing marbles, which is not really too much to talk about or go through. It's just you and a partner. You figure out a game to play with the marbles, and whoever loses that game goes home, or you guys just don't play the marbles and just decide who is going to get killed out of the two, or you guys both bicker and psychologically psych each other out to where you guys both hate each other, and if I go home, your ass is going home too, and both of you guys go home. So that's how marble works. If you guys can't come up with a resolution, if if so, yeah, marble is very cut and dry game. It's not very exciting game. They kind of dragged it on a little bit too long with the sob stories at first, and all that. And from the way, like, if that's why I always try to skip the within reason, but sometimes you can avoid it. But that's why I always like to skip the previously on and next episodes on. Sometimes I look at them, depends on my mood. But with these game shows, these reality shows, I always try to skip the previously on and the this season on and next time on and coming up. Like I always try to like or yeah, coming up later this episode. Like I always try not to look at those and turn my head or look down because I don't want to get spoiled. Because those are just say as like you're going to get spoiled. If according to some people, some of the Marvel winners were already revealed because they were showing scenes of them, games that were after Marvels. So evidently they won because of course they, if they're, so and they were showing like through like the later this seasons on and like the little teaser trailers and stuff like that. Which again, when it comes to these competition shows, I try not to look at because you're just gonna get spoiled, and that defeats the purpose of watching. The whole point of these competition shows is you don't know who the fuck's going home, who's next, and who wins, who gets eliminated, who gets cut, and then what they show these teaser trailers, that kind of like ruins it, doesn't it? That kind of ruins the magic and ruins the fun, doesn't it? Okay, so yeah, it's just crazy, but yeah, so they're playing marbles and they're paired up with either someone that their loved one, whether it's their child, their parent, their sibling, their that's or it's someone they aligned with, their best friend that they never met before the competition. But now that they're close, they're like ride or die friends now, or they're just paired up with a random person. Just somebody just probably somebody they never talked to in the damn house, the damn dorms or whatever. But that's how marbles is. You play with a partner, and so the first team we saw playing marbles was the father and daughter. It was and so the father and daughter were like, hey, we love each other, but we're not gonna let each other win. Like it's a game. Like just may the best person win. We're gonna play tic tac toe with the marbles. And so they did a little tic tac toe grid, and believe they were the only team that did that. Believe it or not, that they shown. Yeah, they did a little tic tac toe grid on the sand, and they said, yeah, we're just gonna play tic tac toe. Throw your marble. Try to win tic tac toe with the marbles, and whoever best two out of three, you're the winner, and that's what they agreed upon. hmm The next team was the black brother and sister, the one that hair like mine, Nick, Perla, and I forget the her brother's name, but yeah, they was the brother and sister, the natural hair brothers and sister, the black brother and sister. So one of them, they're gonna get separated now. It's inevitable. Like it's not, some only so and so they just kept crying and like couldn't believe that this is it. One of us is leaving, and so we don't know what they're gonna do. So we cut to another team. It was like a black and white guy. Believe it was the black guy was shit. I wrote everything down. I always write notes down. You guys gotta write notes down when you watch this shit because there's like 400 players, even though we're down to the wire. But I always write notes down because you have to, because I don't want to get the facts right because it's the it was a white and a black guy, and the black guy was Isaiah, which we've seen before. He was and he ended up winning his game. It was very cut and dry. They just decided they were just gonna just write a dartboard in the sand. Whoever got closest to the middle was gonna win, and that was very whoever got their marbles closest to the bullseye in the middle, they were gonna win. So it was very very direct. And the white guy ended up losing that game. I think his name was Daryl, the white guy. Uh, there were a couple other girls that played a game. I don't know what game they played. It was between number 102. Who was 102? 102 was I don't know 102. It was two girls, two white girls. I don't know. Yeah, so one of the white girls, I don't know what game they played. They just showed her getting inked. So I don't know what game they played or how they dealt with the marbles, or I don't know because they didn't show us that. So they just showed one of the girls getting inked. So the other one was between 232 and 182. Two 232 ended up going home. I think it was shit. Was it? Was that? I think might have. I don't know. I think might have been. That might have been. Was it Steve? Yeah, I think it was Steven. It was Steven and the other girl, and then Steven did. Oh, we a lot to say about Steven. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh Lord. Let me save it because yeah, that's. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think it was between him and like this other like kind of like plus size girl with glasses that I think I saw in earlier episodes. Anyways, they just did pick a hand, and then she picked the wrong hand and she went home. And so they did that. Another team did that pick a hand thing. Uh, 098, the cop guy, Matthew. Oh Lord, we have A lot to say about him as well. Um, yeah. They just did the classical. They just told them well how you're. I think they're supposed to play it. I don't know why they let them make up their own rules. I think they should just play the game like how it's supposed to be played. They played it like how they're supposed to play it. They just throw the marbles in the little like porcelain pots. So that's the game. That's how they played their marbles. They in '98 won against Peter, which we saw Peter before. Peter was like the Shaggy from Scooby Doo guy with the mullet. And then he said some real stupid shit. He said, "I want to use the money to fix my tooth," and he showed like a tooth that was all the way in the back that we can't even fucking see. Like I understand it was like your front teeth or something like that, or like a tooth that we can actually see. This shit was all the way in the back, so nobody's gonna see it anyways. And then his ass said he wanted to own a Burger King. A Burger King? Shit. I mean, I would no. I mean, I if I were gonna own a fast food restaurant, like maybe Chipotle, Chick Fil A, even though I don't really like Chick Fil A, but at least why Burger King? Like you like pick a franchise that's it has just I don't know a Subway even like a Burger King. He wants to own a Burger King, but yeah. But anyway, so Peter got eliminated because he was against the cop guy, 98 Matthew. We have a lot to say about his ass. So yeah, so. Mm-mm. And so the next team we have was 451 against 408, and 451 was who was 451? Who the fuck was 451? Who was 408? Who the fuck was 408? Did I even? I don't know who. Anyways, they just did a. I might have been two guys, but anyway, they did a throwing game, throw the marbles in the pot game, like the normal way you're supposed to do it. In 408 lost 21 and 412. Okay, so 412 was AJ, like the older like brunette white lady, mom lady. So and she ended up winning, but who I don't who 21 was I don't remember. I think she was against another girl or something, but they were doing a throwing game. Uh, just throw the marbles in the pot. They were doing that game. Uh, 327 and 303. I don't know what game they played. They just showed 303 getting inked, and I don't even know who 303 is. But 327 was Kate, the British bitch lady that has a sick son that thinks you're not the only one that has issues and has been through shit. I mean, I'm sorry about your son, but that's who that the British bitch lady. Well, and we'll get to her ass later. But so yeah, so that was her. The next team, there was another pick a hand team. It was Eric, the guy that lied that said he had the pregnant wife that was sick or something, and like expecting a child, and he was playing against that racist Karen lady, 110 Melissa. Yeah, so they were paired together, and Eric finally said, I made that up. I don't have a pregnant girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend at all. Like I don't have a child that's coming up. And she's like, you son of a fucking bitch. And then she got really fucking mad, and she's like, well now I don't feel bad about sending your ass home. And she ended up picking the right hand, and so Eric went home, the guy that lied about the sick pregnant wife and the kid on the way and all that. So yeah, so he's out of there. The next team was a couple of black ladies. I think that was the team Deja was on. Deja 302 was on, probably. So yeah, so it was a couple of black ladies. The 302 versus 134, 302 won. Uh, no, and it was 405 was she was I don't know I forgot I didn't write who she was playing against. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah. So 405 went home. I don't know what game they played. 230 and 196. Who was 230 and who was 196. I have all these numbers, but of course I don't have the numbers. Oh, 230 was Max. Max, the white guy, the black haired white guy. He played a throwing game against 196. I don't know who 196 was. I forgot. But 196 went home. The game Trinity, the weird gay black guy Trinity, uh, who I don't know about him. I was starting to like him because once Viper went home, I kind of thought, well, then I'll root for Trinity because they were like like two of the gay black guys. It was Viper and it was Trinity, and they were since Trinity was still in it, I was kind of rooting for him by default, even though he was acting stupid during Mingle. He was like, "No, I want to. My friends out there. I want to. She needs to come in the room, get her." Like, no, like there's people in the room. No, we're locking this damn door. But he was upset because she was stuck outside. So, but yeah, so but I don't. Trinity played against 181. Who I don't. I forgot who 181 was. But 181 went home. And I don't know what game Trinity played with the marbles. They didn't show that. They just showed Trinity walking away, surviving, and his partner getting inked. But it was another guy. And then 203 went home. And who was 203? Don't know who 203 was, but 203 went home. And 134 against 102 went home. Who's 102? Who's 130? I don't know. But yeah. And I don't know what games they played because the way they edited the marbles was it was just they didn't really show us all the they just showed people getting inked. They didn't show us like what they did with the fucking marbles. And I just like why you know I don't really get it, but but so we got two more teams left. We got the father and daughter team. And I personally think the father threw it. I think he did because she kept asking, "Did you throw it? You threw it, didn't you? You threw it. I could tell by how you're acting. You threw it, didn't you?" He's like, "No, baby, I didn't throw it. I didn't throw it, sweetie. No, you won. I'm going home. Daddy's going home. It's okay. No, you threw it. You threw it." And I think he threw it too. Like you can just kind of just tell through his body language that he couldn't, he wouldn't be able to live with himself. That I eliminated my daughter in marble. And I think he even admitted that he threw it, like in a little confessional afterwards. Like, yeah, I threw the game to her because I couldn't eliminate my daughter. I want her to. If it had to be me or her, I'm picking her because I can't eliminate. I can't eliminate my baby. I can't do that. I mean, I know. I mean, I can't. So I think that he threw it, and then it was kind of confirmed that he threw it because, like I said in the little confessional at the end, he was like, "I can't lose to my daughter. I can't lose my baby girl. No, she's going on. I'm going home." And so the daughter won against the dad. So the father daughter are finally separated, and now we got the brother and sister, the black brother and sister. And the brother was like, "Girl, you do this. Like you're the stronger one. You're the luckier one. Like you got this, girl." And he just gave her his bag of marbles, and that was it. Brothers eliminated, and so that's the end of marbles. It wasn't really that exciting. Uh, and it's a shame because marbles. I'd argue that the marble game in season one was probably one of the most controversial episodes we had. That deaf girl that cussed that old white man out. Like, bitch, I don't give a shit. I'm deaf too. You're deaf. I'm fucking deaf too. I got hearing aids on. Like, I can't afford my fucking hearing aids. Then you have the other black girl with that other racist white faggot. Well, shit. I'm not going to throw. We're not going to do a throwing game. I'm here to. I'm negotiating with you. I'm trying to reason with you. I'm trying to compromise with you, and you're not fucking listening. So I guess we're both going to go home because I'm not moving a fucking muscle. Since you're going to be bitchy like that, you're the man. You're the one that's supposed to be bitchy. So she went ghetto on his ass. Aurora and the other white guy, yeah. So she went off on his ass. Like Marbles in season one, it was kind of like more like cutthroat. It was very, very like more bitchy. This season, it was like everybody was just they were just okay about it. They were just calm about it. With Marbles, oh, somebody's got to go home. Somebody's leaving, so that was that. So that's the end of Marbles. Wasn't really that. I would have thought you would have thought the Marble game would have been more exciting. So exciting that they even scripted the end of that Mingle game as to how what happened in real life, people getting hurt, injured, and they did all that kumbaya shit. We're not going to play. Oh, well, you guys are going to play marbles right now. And then it made it seem like it was like all like this good at marbles was going to be this big thing, and it really wasn't. It really wasn't. It was the fact it was the opposite. It was kind of calm. It was kind of we kind of already knew it was. We kind of already saw what was going to happen. Like we kind of knew that the daughter was going to win against the father. We kind of knew that the brother was going to let the sister win. Nobody really fought. It wasn't really, anything like, what's his name made a dumb decision by admitting that he lied. Like, why would you lie? Like, if you're gonna lie, stick with your lie until the show is over. Because then once the episode gets aired, the secret's out. Like, you can't have. But why would you like reveal like all those secrets like while the show is still filming? The competition is still on. Well, I don't know. So he that Eric that man stupidly revealed that shit. Like I would have just kept that shit to myself. But yeah, so that's it. Marbles is over with. So okay, we're down to 20 players because Marvel cut everybody in half. We're at 40 now. We're at 20. The next thing that goes, so they're mingling, like all the bunk beds are gone, so they just have a bunch of single beds on the floor now. So there's not many people left. So they just the dorm is getting smaller and smaller. The players are getting smaller and smaller. So the next thing that they did was that they had this monitor game. And the monitor game was they just said pick three people to be monitors. And 98, the bald cop guy Matthew, he wanted so bad to be a monitor, and it was again for good reason because the monitor was something that you wanted to be. That was an advantage that you wanted to have. So he had good reason to do all he could to be one of those three picks. And he said, I volunteered to be a monitor, but the problem is nobody likes the number 98. Nobody does. Not one person in there likes his ass. And we all know why. We know why nobody likes 98, the bald cop guy. And I don't know what it is with the bald white guys this season. Like they're not really getting a lot of fans. But yeah, even though Steven is kind of cute, but girl. So yeah, the monitor test. 98 wanted to be one of those monitors. He's like, I'll rock, paper, scissors, you guys. He just kept saying rock, paper, scissors, rock. You can say rock, paper, scissors 100 times. We're not picking you. Like we're doing a majority vote, and you're not the majority didn't vote you to be a monitor. So that's that. You know, Bob's your uncle, Betty is your aunt. You're not gonna be a fucking monitor. So uh but who were monitors were 327, uh Kate, with the British white Karen lady, who I couldn't fucking stand. 410, who was Isaiah, the black guy, which we already discussed him. And uh 230 was Max, the white guy with the short black hair. So yeah. So those are the monitors. And then at first the judges were like the monitors will receive uh luxury bedding, and they did. They got like more comfortable comforters and pillowcases, and their bed sheets were red to single them out that they were monitors. And so it made it seem at first that okay, that's why the monitors get they get bed sheets. So I guess maybe it wasn't too bad I didn't get to be a monitor, but of course we know that the monitors are going to play a bigger role. I mean, come on, but that's little by little they're making the monitor seem it wasn't that big of a deal. Uh, so then I went to bed. The monitors got luxury bedding. Uh, so uh, so what happened the next morning? The monitors get this real nice breakfast, like French toast and like fruit and orange juice, and and everybody else is starving, but all they get is oatmeal. And so the monitors, of course, get another advantage. They get a luxury breakfast. But of course, now we have to get to the bad news, and that's the monitors each now have to pick three people to be at risk for elimination. They chose 437, and 437 was that believe it was shit. Who was 437 again? 437 was he was that other white guy that was with in a room with August and Janchi. That was the third guy. I don't remember his name. I didn't write it down. But that's 437. He was that third guy in that room that they didn't get to play the catch game. So yeah, that was him. Was 437, 417. Greg, who was this older white guy, we didn't really see that much of or know much about at all. And 98, of course, Matthew the cop. Of course, you know he was going to get picked. So they were the ones nominated for elimination. And so what the challenge was, the three monitors were going to play a mind game with the three people that got at risk for elimination. No matter what, four people were going home. Because how it was that out of each of the three groups, one person had to be the first to rip their name tag off, their number tag off, and put it in this black box. And the first team that did that, the other two would be safe, and the other three that weren't, like, couldn't make their minds up or weren't quick enough, they would get eliminated. And it seemed like this was really, really close. It seemed like this was like really, really fucking close. And I just found it kind of sus that they both decided just to play rock paper scissors. And so basically